Kevin McCarthy, calm, cool, and collected as always. Joining us now, former aide to the George W. Bush White House and State Departments, Elise Jordan. She is, of course, an MSNBC political analyst. So, Elise, I'm not even sure you can expunge impeachments. We'd have to bring up some lawyers. There you go.
You can't.
So that's that.
Hear that? You can't expunge
the
it.
Politics of it. What's the point here? And is this going to win the Republican Party a single independent vote next year?
I mean, of course not. It won't win a single independent vote, but that's not who they are pandering to. They're pandering to an audience of one, Donald Trump, and then two to the Republican primary electorate. And it's unfortunate there are so many things and so many problems that GOP policymakers in the House could address. But instead, they're wasting time on just this. It's just a show. It's just a farce, and it's stupid and a complete
Impeach
waste
Joe
of time.
Biden.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine.
And Kamala Harris.
Just going much beyond a headline or two here. But it does, to your point, show just the tightness still, the grip that Trump has in his party. And we looked at some poll numbers a little earlier on the show that since the second indictment, this one, the federal indictment, his popularity among Republicans has only gone up. His lead over DeSantis has only grown.
As voters have gotten to be a little more familiar, Republican primary voters, with DeSantis, he hasn't really popped. He peaked a little bit too early. And then you have Donald Trump, who the support is there. It never really faded that much to begin with. And the fact that he is perceived as under attack by the deep state, it only serves to further strengthen him, and we have just seen those numbers continue to go up.
Yeah, and he gave a big speech at the Faith and Freedom Coalition conference this weekend, and the grievance and the sort of martyrdom was a big part of that, and that's obviously always been a huge part of his political persona. But at the same time, the poll suggests that even though his numbers with Republicans have gone up, that more and more voters overall, including Republican voters, are saying that, well, we do worry, though, that he could have trouble winning a general election. And that's been the issue the whole time.
Well, absolutely. It seems to be something that's not much concern to Donald Trump right now. He'll fight perhaps through another means. You look at how he still never conceded the 2020 election.
Democrats cheated.
He just make this scorched earth and just make this all about sowing distrust among the electorate about the validity of any election result and depressed
Democrats cheat.
turnout. There's a lot that can be done. File so many lawsuits that it just overheats the tenor so much that you look at Republican voters who are already distrusting the system because of what Donald Trump has purported over these last couple of years. They really aren't going to trust the system if he goes fully scorched earth.
So the poll suggests that he and President Biden are in a tight race, Biden slightly above in a potential general election matchup. The White House is trying to do something pretty clear here, subtle but clear, and they're just kind of keeping their head down. The president has announced a week's worth of economic events, including a major speech in Chicago on Wednesday.